Did you title it, Am I the Drama?
Because, to be honest with you, because I always feel like I'm always in some shit.
Welcome back to the channel. Today we're breaking down one of the biggest stories in hip-hop right now, Cardi B's new song, Pretty and Petty, a track that has sent shockwaves through the industry for its direct shots at fellow rapper Bia. What started as subtle jabs has now escalated into a full-scale lyrical confrontation. This video will walk you through the origins of the beef, the meaning behind the lyrics, the strategy behind the release, and what this moment means for both artists moving forward. Let's get into it. To understand why Pretty and Petty exists, you have to understand the long, slow build-up behind it. Tension between Cardi B and Bia didn't appear overnight. Their issues stretch back through months of subliminals, social media exchanges, and competitive energy. The turning point came when Bia referenced Cardi's children, Culture and Wave, in one of her diss records earlier this year. Cardi has repeatedly made it clear that her family is her boundary. Mentioning her kids, even subtly, crossed a line. Before that moment, Bia had already thrown indirect shots in earlier features, including comments about Cardi's flow, her authenticity, and her claim to the throne. Cardi responded on the remix of Wanna Be, dropping bars that many listeners understood immediately as a warning. It was only a matter of time before the tension erupted into something more direct. Pretty and Petty is that eruption. Pretty and Petty dropped on September 19th.
Put music out because it's like, this is my art and this is something that I put a lot of love and time to. And it's just like, sometimes like, it's like when people just rip it apart, it hurts you and it crushes you. And he was just like, girl, you better get it together. And it's like, he makes me feel very confident. I feel like feeling safe is feeling confident, feeling like it's like, you could do it. And it makes you feel like you could take over the world.
2025, as part of Cardi B's long-awaited album, Am I the Drama? The song's production is sharp. West Coast influenced drums, clean bass, and a minimal backdrop that lets Cardi's voice take center stage. It feels crafted for one purpose, to address a specific person with precision. And unlike some diss tracks that come off emotional or rushed, Pretty and Petty sounds deliberate. Cardi had time, clarity, and motivation. The song is not a reaction, it's a statement. This is where things get intense. Cardi wastes no time on the track. From the opening line, she calls out Bia's relevance. Name 5 Bia songs, gun pointing to your head. Bow, I'm dead. It's a direct critique of Bia's visibility and catalog, questioning how well known she really is. Then Cardi goes after Bia's delivery, calling her flow melatonin, suggesting it's sleepy, flat, or lacking energy. Another sharp line addresses Bia's record label. I'm doing you a favor. Epic. Run me my bread. Cardi implies that dissing Bia actually helps Bia more than it hurts her, and that the attention she brings has value. She also takes one of her most brutal shots. I'd rather die on the surgery table before I gotta walk around here looking like you. This is the type of line that goes beyond rap competition. It hits at personal identity and appearance. Next, Cardi attacks Bia's accolades. Do she even got a Bet award? The implication, Cardi has mainstream success and cultural recognition. Bia, in Cardi's view, does not. Then comes one of the most quoted lines from the track. Why you always at Diddy house? This jab taps into long-standing rumors and sets a bold tone for the rest of the song. Cardi also calls Bia Diarrhea Bia, playing on her name in a way that's intentionally childish, mocking Bia's attempts at toughness. She even touches on the subject of colorism with, I hate when a bitch thinks she cute cause she light-skinned. This line ignited a lot of online conversation, not only for its directness, but for the messy territory it steps into. Finally, Cardi reminds listeners why she made the track. Told you, don't you ever mention my kids. This is the anchor of the entire song. To Cardi, this diss isn't just about rap. It's about respect, and boundaries. Cardi has often avoided long-term public beefs, especially in the past couple of years, but there are 4 key reasons she decided to respond this time. Number 1, her children were mentioned. For Cardi, that's non-negotiable. There is no rap rules justification that makes that acceptable. Number 2, she wanted to respond through music, not social media. Instead of jumping into online arguments or messy back and forth, Cardi chose the microphone, a controlled environment where she could craft the exact message she wanted. Number 3, she strategically timed the release. Cardi waited until her own album rollout. This ensured the diss served her artistic narrative and didn't interfere with anyone else's release cycles. Number 4, she saw an opportunity to close this chapter. Pretty and Petty feels like a full stop, not a comma. The track is sharp enough to be a final word. The music video for Pretty and Petty adds another layer to the song's message. Cardi appears calm, composed, and even domestic, filmed in a home environment. She is visibly pregnant, which adds a powerful contrast to the aggressive lyrics. The visual presentation signals control, maturity, and confidence. There's no chaos, no flashy sets, no attempt to overhype the conflict visually. The look is intentional. It reinforces that Cardi is grounded, unbothered, and in full command of the narrative. As of now, Bia has not released a musical response. She has made a few remarks online and in interviews, but she hasn't stepped into the booth to answer Cardi directly. Some interpret this as strategic. Bia recently released her own album, and responding might shift attention away from her work. Others see it as hesitation, waiting to see how the song performs, or determining whether a full response is worth the risk. What's clear is that the pressure is now on Bia. In hip-hop, silence after a diss track can look like surrender, unless a calculated counterpunch is already in motion. This moment matters because it highlights several important dynamics in today's rap landscape. There are more women in the mainstream than ever before, and competition is intense. Diss tracks raise the stakes and shape public perceptions. Cardi is protecting her legacy and questioning Bia's. For women in rap, catalog depth is becoming a major factor in how careers are measured. Cardi's response reinforces a hard rule: family is off limits. This was a calculated release, not a reactive one. Cardi turned a personal conflict into a moment that strengthened her album rollout. There are several possibilities. Bia may release a response track. Cardi may perform Pretty and Petty live, which could elevate the impact even further. Award shows and industry events could force the two artists into the same space, often where tensions are either resolved or inflamed. Fans will continue debating whose career took the bigger hit or gained more momentum from the exchange. Regardless of what happens next, this moment will be remembered as a defining entry in the ongoing story of modern female rap. Pretty and Petty is not just a diss track, it's a line in the sand. Cardi B used the song to defend her family, assert her dominance, and close a long-running conflict with precision. The track shows a mix of humor, aggression, strategy, and boundary setting, all hallmarks of her identity as an artist. Whether Bia responds or chooses to move on, the record stands on its own as one of the clearest, most targeted diss records we've heard in years.